Hello, people.
Hello, peoples.
We have levels. We don't sound extremely loud. We are good. He's been an interesting thing. No more technology issues. Yeah.
You say that, Michael.
Yeah, you sure you don't want to be death for this show? I mean, I would understand.
Because, tonight, technical difficulties. Deja vu.
It's not a typical stream without a difficulty.
Mm-hmm.
What's it tonight? Maybe trophies.
And a bunch of other stuff, too.
Let's do a drafting. And I, Will McKellar, aka Lad Teammaker, joining me, as always, is James Atkinson.
Hi.
And above us, there, he's back. He returns. It's the Hergelman.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
And unfortunately, at the moment, you do see another picture above us. She is supposed to be joining us tonight, and maybe once the technical issues are sorted, she may well still do. But above us, hopefully joining us, will be Letitia the Lemon. But we'll soon see.
So until then, we're just going to do that.
Yeah, we're just going to go, yeah, and work in the background. So if one of us goes quiet and looking down and going, we're trying to help. We're doing the technical stuff.
Basically, it's if Will goes down, like starts looking, going like that's what's happening.
Yeah, or if we go quiet because I'm messaging you know it. But anyway, on tonight's show, we've got a couple of news items. One big news item as a preview for next month. What we've been playing, the trophy update, and a new item which we were hoping to get people talking about in the Discord, but they didn't yet. So now you have the chance here in the chat live as we bring you a draft of what our F1 teams would be made up of game characters.
Right. I guess I'll lead off with a quick show announcements before we jump into everything, right, Will? Like we're planning on doing now because we've completely changed the format. First of all, hi, thank you to the 12 people who listen to us on the audio version of the show. If you, which goes live every Saturday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So thank you for that. You can listen to it where if you can't get enough of us, or can only make so much of the show and want to listen to the rest of it, you can pick it up where any of your fine podcasting things are show up. Thank you for the people who have subbed to us. We have 3 subscribers now. That's a thing. We like you. We also have gotten a bunch more followers, too, just when we're not actually streaming. I blame Will totally for this.
Guilty.
I just assume it's him. But we're racking down that road to 200. We're at 178. So 200 is very much a milestone. We blew past 175 like it was nothing. So, good on you. Happy to see you. And besides from that, if you got your Twitch Primes, make sure you're subscribing to your favorite streamers on Twitch with your Twitch Primes. You should be doing that. Mainly because you can get all their cool emotes, much like... I know Reese is in the chat. I don't know if he is going to be able to. If not, I will. Show off this. Who and what? There is a major Corby Town update this week. A huge one, in fact. So, but that is obviously at the end of the show for those die-hard Corby Town fans. Actually, 2 Corby Town updates now that I think about it. But that's all of my announcements for the show. Does anybody else have any other show announcements?
I'm having a possible late-breaking news that we may be postponing Letitia to next week so we can get her technical difficulties sorted out beforehand.
That works.
My announcement, it's cold.
It is cold as balls. That is for sure. I can concur on this since I am only about 5 miles away from where Chris is. Oh, also, I will be doing a Heroes of the Storm stream after the show tonight. Because a friend of mine wants to start streaming Heroes of the Storm and has gone on the person who he has the most knowledge and experience of the subject.
Do you have space for another for that?
I was hoping you would say yes.
The answer is yes.
Good.
I'll have to restart before that, though, because I'm on Linux and I need to get to Windows.
That's fine. I will probably have to use the bathroom and such.
Okay.
All right. That being said, showtime. Thank you for announcements. Let's get into show.
Okay, so let's get the one of the good stuff bits of news out of the way first. Twitch Prime subscribers will now get free monthly games starting now. It's now.
There's a lot of them too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You have to use the Twitch app.
Yep. That's
Which-
okay. You know, it's not horrible. It isn't horrible,
It's better than Origin.
and it's better than what it used to be called when it was Curse. But you know, what games do you get with it?
If you click if you're on Twitch right now, which, hi, most of you are, we're going to click up in the upper right-hand corner where the crown is, which says New Prime Loot. And this, you're getting Shadow Tactics, which is a Windows game for free. You're getting, Devil May Cry HD, which I'm very excited about. Tomb of Annihilation, Mr. Shifty, Super Hot, Oxenfree, and some loot boxes for other games that we won't talk about. Also, Fortnite stuff.
Yes, so it should be, if you just click them, they should connect to your account quite easily if you have Amazon/Twitch Prime. Because if you have Amazon Prime, link it to your Twitch, and there you go.
And then
Done.
come and sub to us.
Yes.
And we're usually pretty nice, but I did that. I was nice in the announcements. Now I can pander to you all. Because if you're already this far into the show, you're in it for the long haul.
And we're sorry.
Yeah.
Hey, you know, we've done pandering for other people. It's time to do a little bit for ourselves. Because we can, and we should, occasionally. But yeah, so that's your free stuff. You get more free stuff in April as well, which they should be announcing very soon, if they haven't already. In the other big thing, yesterday, Thursday, the BAFTAs for the Game Awards were announced. And frankly, there's some heavy hitters, and there is very, very loaded categories this time.
Yeah.
I'm impressed. I really am impressed, and I will send the guys a copy of this into the Discord so they can have a look as well. Put that in here. So there you go. There's a link, you guys. And one of the big talking points we have to mention is Hellblade. Hellblade is up for 9 awards this year, which is really good in my opinion. And,
I need to finish it, but
but yeah, you're busy, mate. You're in transition, so it's understandable you haven't finished it yet. But with 8 nominations, and this will make James happy. Watch a smile in his face when he comes out. Horizon Zero Dawn.
Well, I won't smile because I actually knew that was happening. Because I actually we talked about this last night, which was surprising that we actually were able to talk about the show before the show.
I was going for the magic of podcasting. Damn.
No, let's
Yeah.
let's actually, like, you know, when we do pre-work, let's praise the pre-work. Because normally that is far from the case.
Yeah, true. We just normally turn up for about 5-10 minutes ago and go, shall we do this? Yeah, okay, let's do it. But that's not all. I mean, as I say, there's some real big heavy hitters here this year, and that makes a change. I mean, best performer, for example. You've got Abubakar Salim is Bayek. He's up for best performer. Ashley Birch as Aloy. Claudia Black as Chloe. Laura Bailey as Nadine. You got Melina Jurgens in Senua. and Valerie Rose Lowen in Edith Finch, in What Remains of Edith Finch.
It's gonna be a loaded category.
Yeah, I honestly don't know who's going to win that one. I believe my heart would say Melina.
Oh,
But yeah, I think in my head, he's saying Aloy might take that one.
Nah, it's gonna be Melina. They're gonna
Yeah.
go with the stronger performance, and Aloy is a great performance, but the game it has. If Aloy's performance isn't there, the game is still strong. Like if Aloy's his performance isn't as good, but without the Hellblade performance, that game sucks. That game just fails. There's nothing else to that game literally is standing on her performance.
So how many do you think? How many do you think? Then Hellblade's going to pick up, because it's got to go for at least 3 in East, in my opinion.
3
At least 3.
I would agree. Three makes sense. 3 makes a good amount of sense. Once again, I don't think it wins best game, because as a game, I think it lacks a little bit. Because if you're asking me if you're asking me to choose between like Horizon Zero Dawn and Hellblade, Hellblade tells a better story. Horizon Zero Dawn is a better game. And the reason is it's not about length, it's about just the way it is, because with Hellblade it seems like when there's the action sequences, they're a little clunky. They're a little thought out. It was more like giving you action sequences to progress it to the next bit of story, to kind of break it up. Where Horizon Zero Dawn for me is more like I'm playing a game and I'm going to get to the story parts, but I can go off on a 5-hour tangent of just hunting random shit, and the next thing I know, I'm climbing the skyscraper to look at what used to be a football stadium of a previous generation. And where Hellblade's impact is almost immediate. It's like it's there in your face. Horizon is the long con. It's the long game. Because it's not until like you're about, even if you're blasting through the story, it's not until like you're about 15, 20 hours into that game till you start really figuring out what the hell is going on. And then when it finally hits you, it's like, oh shit. So with that being said, though, with Raid Horizon Zero Dawn could you not say that's the same thing with Assassin's Creed Origins? Even though, because their mission structure is a lot more akin to The Witcher this time around than just the standard fare we used to get from Assassin's Creed. The thing is that Assassin's Creed Origin is a great turnaround for the series. Wonderful turnaround for the series. I don't see it being a game of the year. I don't. I think, and that's mainly because is that EA has such a stigma behind it right now that it's almost kind of like, yeah, this, it's good. It's a good game, but it came from a developer who's had a lot of shit come down through it, and it's just not great.
Yeah, a developer that's known for making games and then breaking them after they've been released.
Yeah. And it still got loot boxes.
Yeah, they're in there. It is hidden away. Hidden away well, because I never saw them. I knew they were there, but I never saw them.
It's like I said, I think they revitalized the Assassin's Creed series with that game. They totally did, and they've done great things. It's not a game of the year. It's not a comeback. If we were talking about like comeback series of the year, hell yeah, great.
Yeah,
hands down. But I mean, it's essentially the second reboot of the series.
No, it's only. No, I think it's only the first reboot, because I don't think you can really say that Unity and Syndicate were reboots.
But you have like the Desmond era, then you have the post-Desmond era, and
Yeah.
then you have the Origins.
Yeah, the pre-Desmond era.
Yeah. No, it's
Perhaps
the pre
that's
post
Desmond.
Desmond era. The thing is, like, the other thing that frustrates me with Assassin's Creed is I want to know more about the world that Assassin's Creed is actually in. Like, give me the modern day Assassin's Creed.
In a way, you kind of have that because it's the Watch Dogs thing.
I was
Because that's
actually
set in the same universe.
I was actually probably going to say that if you really have like the modern day Assassin's Creed, if anything, it's going to be what's the parkour game?
Mirror's Edge.
Mirror's Edge. I imagine Mirror's Edge would be like the futuristic Assassin's Creed era. That makes sense.
Ubisoft and take their mask off, and it really is EA after all. I was like, it was me, Austin. It was me all along, Austin.
I actually have anybody heard about the Battlefront 2 news that came out today too?
No.
Battlefront 2 has come out with their new structure of what the game is going to be. All the star cards, all the equipment cards, everything is now progression based.
Right.
As it is in the game, there are loot boxes. They are cosmetic only. You can spend money on only cosmetic skins. That's it. Also, you can earn currency in the game to buy cosmetics as well. But here's the kicker. If you've got it, they're not taking it away from you. Which is, if you've already spent money and got all the star cards, they're not taking that away from you.
Yeah.
So, there are loot boxes. There are no competitive loot boxes. It's cosmetic only.
That would still be a no. It's like, no. Get rid of them all. It's like, get rid of monetary bits on them, and then you have me talking.
But you can also buy those same loot boxes with currency that you earn in game. So it's an either or.
Yeah.
You can completely never touch the money side of it and still earn skins. It's only if people want to spend the money on the skins.
Yeah.
So, it doesn't redeem the game in any slightest for me. I still hate it. I still don't want anything to do with it.
Yeah, same here.
Because that. Also, do you know, here's a funny quiz before we go into the next part of the show. Does anybody know what EA's top rated game was last year? Best reviewed. As from Media Critic side.
I don't know what.
FIFA.
Wow.
FIFA 18 was the highest reviewed game that they had.
Get out.
The Sims 4. The Sims 4, if you want to talk about really screwing people over, The Sims 4 is now releasing DLCs for the DLCs that they have released for The Sims. So they have like the Pet Parks DLC that you need to own the Pets DLC and able to play it.
They've
How
done
is
it. The absolute madmen.
You know what would make us money? If we DLC'd our DLC.
Wow. I mean,
Yeah.
what the hell?
Also, it's like
GG.
$20. It's like
Too
20
strong.
It's like $9 for like that. To like own all the Sims DLC is gotta be northwards of like $150 at this point. All the Sims 4.
They are seriously taking the piss now, aren't they?
Yeah, no, like nobody's like even talking about that because it's the Sims, and everybody owns the Sims, an iteration of the Sims, and we'll be like, oh yeah, the Sims, and go and like play it, reinstall it, and like play it for like 8 hours, and be like, I'm done, I'm good. I remember why I don't play this game as much as I do anymore, and just bye. It was fun. You guys, you're funny. These EA guys, and they're like, Origin's like, oh, hey, you reinstalled me. Would you like that? No. Go back in your closet, Origin, where you belong. I'd like to start up when your computer should... No. No, you won't. Just sit in the corner until I need you to
Nobody likes you.
Nobody likes you. You sit there until I maybe feel like reinstalling Mass Effect Andromeda. Maybe.
It's a big maybe.
It's a big maybe.
It's a very big maybe.
But we've got all the Ultima series. Don't care. Richard Garriott can go fuck himself for all I give a shit. He screwed that series over by the end of it anyways.
I mean, that's just taking a piss now. It really, really is.
Yeah, do you like DLC with inside your DLC? I think I'm waiting for the Inception DLC. When you go down to the 4th DLC, you may never come back.
DLC squared.
Bomb.
But yeah, so back to the BAFTAs. Because there's 2 more big games that could potentially win the best game. Super Mario Odyssey.
Probably will win.
Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
That's still on the list?
Yeah, that's still on the list. And What Remains of Edith Finch is also in there, which is kind of like a...
Alright, Zelda's gonna win.
Well, isn't their cycle fiscal? For lack of a better term. Isn't it based on the last time they actually did the awards?
Yeah.
Okay, so that makes sense.
Yeah. But still. Like, I love new Zelda. I'm ready for us to talk about other Game of the Years at this point.
That's fair enough.
I like Zelda too. I thought it was a great game. Mario did nothing for me. Everybody's like, oh my god, it's the best Mario. Yeah. Cool.
That's not saying much though, because
it's Mario. Like, it was pushing the envelope back in the 80s, man. And even the N64 years. But like, hey guys. Mario has a hat that can turn into other hats. And he can, like, turn into bullet people and blow stuff up. And then he's a dinosaur. And then he talks to the mayor of a town where there's, like, real people. Like, that's just, no. No. Like, to me, the epitome of Mario is Mario 64. Like, that's it. That's the level you get.
It's just all just downhill from there.
It's just like we have to like get magical moons to like use our hat spaceship to travel in between the stars. What the fuck? Like, I get jumping through pictures to go into different warp zones. That kind of makes sense. When did we lose the whole tube system?
See, Michael says Zelda is the best game for him as well, which is that's fine. That's fair enough. Not played it, so I can't say
it's a good game, and like what you could do with the physics of that game is great. I mean, you saw like if anybody who watched AGDQ, I think he beat the game in like 39 minutes.
Bloody hell!
I think that's the quickest you could beat the game without doing anything else, just straight Ganon run. I think he beat all. I think it, like the total, like if you do all like the main, if you do main quest, is like still like 5 hours.
Yeah. That's crazy. 39 minutes to complete the game.
Mm-hmm. It's like with Prey. Prey gives you a way out in the middle of the game. Yeah. I'm happy there's a Mario game. I'm happy it's a good Mario game. But for me it's another Mario game. And I don't have kids to play it with, so it's like, oh look, it's Mario, kids.
So yeah, so Horizon Zero Dawn for yourself then.
It won't win, but I prefer the game. It's a more mature story. I think it's accessible to a lot of people too. Where like Hellblade Setsuna will be very difficult to kind of roll into. I think Hellblade takes a certain type of person, and I think the majority of gamers would appreciate it.
Yeah,
but I think Horizon, for me, for multiple reasons. Number one, it's a better overall game. I won't say the story's better. I think overall as a gaming experience, it's better. And also, I see the fact that there could be a continuation of the story. The DLC was great for it, and it's a universe that could build upon, and they could do more. Or I think Hellblade Setsuna is kind of like, you can't make a Hellblade Setsuna 2.
No, there's.
You could make a Hellblade 2. But you can't make it Senwa's Sacrifice.
Yeah.
Because Senwa. Hellblade 2. The Truth of Druth.
Because alliteration is the thing.
I think though it would hurt it if it got a sequel. You know?
Exactly.
It's not a franchise game, but yeah. Sorry, you were going to say about Reese's.
Yeah, it's if your Prey streams a completionist playthrough. I can see that. The reason why I haven't gone back to Prey is because Prey was making me neurotic. Because for me, Prey was walk into a room, hit every object with a wrench, move on.
Started doing that in the middle of real life. You just walk into the office with a wrench, be like, "What's going on? It's a chair! No!"
Bang! There's 2 chairs in the room. Was this coffee mug here last night?
That would freak me out. I mean, it did freak me out because I tend to leave like glasses on my desk. So there's like 4 or 5 glasses or like 2 or 3 plates, and I'm just like, did I get that thing yesterday? I think I did.
For me, it's like Kim likes moving stuff, and like Kim will get up in the middle of the night to get herself water and stuff. So like I'll wake up and like her cell phone is plugged in and mine isn't plugged in, and there's a new water glass that wasn't there before, and it's like, what's going on? Things aren't where I remember. And like also like because we have some stuffed animals, we probably have seen, if you've ever looked at our Instagram, like all of the EVs and stuff, everything gets moved around, and it's just like, that will be a weird thing when she comes in and like I'll be sitting there standing over with a wrench. She's like, "What's going on, James?" Like, "They're all mimics, Kim. One of them's a mimic. I need to find it." "Why is one of your red eyes bloodshot?" "It's fine."
When have you slept? 2 weeks ago.
I can move things with my mind.
That's my favorite one. I can move things with my mind.
One of the big surprises for me that wasn't in there was no nominations for Little Nightmares, which is a shame because that was really, really good.
They were already pretty stacked.
Yeah, that's. I mean, is there any game in here that if it wins from looking at the nominations that you've seen, would you be pissed off with?
No.
Exactly.
That's the thing. I will say, I don't see how any game in the British game section beats Hellblade Setsuna.
Yeah, that one looks like a pretty open
like
shut case. Really,
that's a loaded that's like loaded front end category. I mean, like game design, and they're all pretty good, but I think Breath of the Wild wins that one, unless we're talking about like the actual design of B2. You know what I'm talking about.
I do want, though, Total Warhammer 2 to win it. And it's a selfish reason. It is a purely selfish reason why I want that to win, because my friend is working on it. And I'd love that to win. And, you know, she's been on a podcast that me and James have done before. So if you heard the previous iteration of a podcast, it was like, you know, Silly Sammy. She works on it. So she's part of the company. So that's the selfish reason why I want to see that win. But I just don't see it winning against Hellblade. I really don't.
Like there's some of the there's at least 2 in every category. That's the big thing. There's 2 in everything, like multiplayer game, Pugba or Fortnite.
Yeah, that one's going to go down to the wire. It really is, I think.
Evolving game, Clash Royale, Final Fantasy 15, Fortnite, Overwatch, PUBG, or Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege. It's between Fortnite and PUBG again. Though Siege is a great comeback story.
Yeah, I think in terms of evolving, I think Rainbow Six has done more than PUBG in the past few months. So I think it's down to Rainbow Six versus Fortnite. Considering, Fortnite has the different timed events. Like this week, there's been the 5 teams of 20 going at each other, and you've now got, you've got C4 explosives, so you can do your remote stuff, and it changes guns out, brings guns in, brings guns out, and changes modes quite a lot. So I think in terms of that might edge it over Rainbow Six, even with that new mode, the Outbreak mode that's limited time from.
I'm going to tell you. I look at this. I know the BAFTAs is more like the small group of people looking at it, but they still have to be swayed by some form of popular opinion. Look at the Twitch directory right now. What's number one?
Fortnite, because it overtook PUBG in the past 2 weeks.
It overtook League.
Wow.
Like if I'm looking, let's look right now. So, Fortnite, 169,000 viewers. Overwatch, 128,000. That's probably because the Overwatch League is on right now. League of Legends, 122. PUBG, 76. Fortnite is a 2-for-1 advantage over PUBG in views right now.
It's just a better looking game, hands down.
A better playing game. The netcode's better on it. It feels better. And to be honest with you, I play a game of PUBG. I'm just pissed the entire way through. I play a game of Fortnite. If I die immediately, it's like, oh well, I died. How could I be mad?
See, I don't necessarily agree with that, but I can see the point. I mean, yeah, I get PUBG compared to Fortnite. Fortnite does run smoother than of late. I mean, I played some PUBG this week, what I've been playing, and it felt better on PC. They've even put achievements in there now. It's like, fucking achievements are finally in PUBG. What's going on there? Because there was some guy who was AFK and had just managed to shoot me back. Oh well, suddenly I got an achievement for it. I'm like, fucking hell. But yeah, I think compared to Fortnite, compared to Rainbow Six, PUBG hasn't done enough evolving in the past 6 months. And that's why it's lost in a big way.
They've done a lot of bitching.
I mean, yeah, okay, there's other things copying them, but it's not their original idea, so they can't actually go, oh, you can't call foul on it because it's not their idea in the first place. They just implemented it better until Fortnite came along. And the big reason Fortnite's winning? Consoles. They got the march. They got the big march on them because it's on PS4.
And mobile. It was released on mobile this week. It's even though you don't see it, it's also the #1 mobile game right now.
There is a mobile game of PUBG, but it's different. It's slightly different to the thing from what I've seen.
Mobile has cross-play to console and PC.
Yep.
It's the same game. Now, I have to say, if anybody has evolved as a company, like, the guys at Fortnite need to get a pat on the back of, like, just going like, hey, we have this intellectual property. It's not turning out the way we thought it would. How can we still make money out of this? Oh, let's try making a free Battle Royale game. Like Company of the Year.
Yep.
Recognizing that the shit's going sideways and let's try it.
And Geo said there's already a Fortnite mobile, but there's an official more Fortnite.
There's also an official Fortnite mobile, so and that's going to be and guess what? Here's a hint. That's going to be free to play too. So
if Fortnite doesn't win that, I will be surprised.
Yeah, Fortnite deserves it.
And let's see one more, because I've seen Cuphead nominated a couple of times, which I'm very happy
Initial
with.
game. It got, I think it's initial game and soundtrack And game design, I think they're in.
Yeah, game design. They're not in game design. They are in debut game.
They'll win that.
They are also in artistic achievement.
Maybe.
Because their art style is different. Where else are they? Because I've sure seen them in front. At least two, because I know also Night in the Woods. Yeah, original property. Cuphead's in. Because you've also got a mobile game called Goa Goa, Horizon Zero Dawn, Night in the Woods, PUBG, and What Remains of Edith Finch. Which I'm kind of surprised with how many Edith Finch is getting. So, yeah, I mean, even I like the fact that Night in the Woods is there because I've seen that being played and that looks a good lad. But overall, I think if Hellblade doesn't walk out with 3 awards, I will be surprised. Nier Automata doesn't get one. I might be a little surprised, but it wouldn't shock me. I wouldn't go because again, the category that's in for game design, and yeah, there's heavy hitters in there. I mean, you've got Assassin's Creed again for the overhaul, Horizon, Zelda, Super Mario Odyssey, and What Remains of Edith Finch. So yeah, I'm looking forward to 4 weeks. Not only because I'm there, but because it's heavy hitters. It's loaded. This is the first time in about 5 years that I can actually walk up to this and go, yeah, there's something that shouldn't be in there. And I do agree that Battlefront 2 should be in there for one of the awards. And that's for audio achievement because it's Star Wars. If they can get that right, fair enough, fair play. Doubt it'll win though, because again, it's going up against Call of Duty World War II, Destiny 2, Hellblade. I think Hellblade will definitely walk away with that because of the way they did the audio. You ideally should be playing that with a headset on and no other distractions, because that fucks your head up big time. And I know from experience to that. I know, and Chris will back me up on this because you played with a headset as well, didn't you, when you streamed it?
The answer would be yes.
Yes, because you actually hear the voices all around you, and it's weird because at times they're trying to help you, and others are just really scared, and others are just really insulting to you almost. And
each one is actually a different element of personality. Is what I found when I was playing through. Different volumes and different tones indicate a different personality. So there's one that is her active mind, the one that's in control. There's one that is the scared mind. There's one that's the angry mind. There's a bunch of them. And you can hear, if you take time to listen real closely, you can start picking them apart and figuring out which one's which.
Well, cool, because I don't think I took the time to do that when I was playing it, because they came at me in such a rush almost. And certain elements of during the game, it's like it throws you off if you're really paying attention.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, how they did that, I think that's a cert for audio achievement. Because World War II, you can do tanks blowing up and planes flying over. It's a war game.
Yeah, there's no innovation there. It's just, how good does it sound? It's the same sound that you've heard forever.
Yeah. Whereas that is an innovation in itself, really, to get that right. To get that so it does act like they're around you and also inside. Is there any others you want to talk about?
Not on my end.
No, Chris?
Oh, I'm good.
Okay, then. So we will do a recap of them once the BAFTAs happen, which is in a month's time. So it's like they will be on live on Twitch and pretty much everywhere, including PlayStation, Xbox, Facebook, YouTube, Mixer, you name it. It'll probably be on there, even on your TVs, apparently. So yeah, so we can, come along, enjoy it. We'll let you know what happens when we get back, whether it's that week or not. I don't know. It depends what time we get back from Res. But let's move on to what we've been playing, and I'll let Chris go first because you've been quiet, matey.
For what I've been playing this week?
Yes.
Just some game of the Heroes of the Storm. That's it. I'm currently working on a little pet project of mine that's I'm trying to make a bot that's going to learn how to play League of Legends. Just because there's already one that does Dota. And my goal is to unleash it into an ARAM and have it play an ARAM. That's my goal. I want a bot that will play a game. I don't care if it plays it well. I don't care if it's pants on head. I don't care if it understands anything that it's doing. I just want to see if I can get it to control itself.
We do realize that's how Skynet started.
Well, okay, so we already have a bot that plays Dota 2 and is better than the pro. So it understands how to play. It taught itself. It didn't even get taught, and it didn't learn from other people. It taught itself how to play Dota 2 by doing iterative steps. It opened it. Now, mind you, this is I think a year, maybe two ago. I think 2016. But it played 1v1 matches against itself. First figured out how to even move around the map, and it would just wander aimlessly and often get itself killed. Then it slowly started realizing that it could just wait in base, and it can win that way. Then it realized if it kills one creep and goes back to base, it'll win even more likely. And then it slowly started teaching itself how to actually do things. By the end of it, it was 2 weeks of game time, 2 weeks of iteration, and it taught itself to beat Dendi in a 1v1 as Shadow Fiend. People later figured out how to beat that iteration of the bot. It was really funny because the way to do it was to basically grab yourself some regen and crap, slap a creep early off by circumventing it, and just proxying the whole time by kiting all of the creeps around. The bot then gets confused and it doesn't know if it should defend the tower or try and kill you.
It just says,
ultimately, it doesn't do either, and it loses.
It didn't work that. Hang on. Cool. Do you mind if I go next, James?
Go right on ahead.
Cool. Because I've been playing an absolute shit ton of Burnout. I put a vote out on Twitter earlier in the week saying, what game do you want me to stream if I can stream on Friday? And it was between Burnout, Golf with Your Friends, some more of Kingdom Hearts 2.5, or M++. And with over 50% of the vote, it was Burnout. Now, by the time I was wanting to stream, Amazon hadn't actually bothered to deliver the game yet. So I went, I'm going to keep my promise and stream it. So I did on the 360 backwards compatible version. Then about an hour into it, door goes, oh, look, here it is. So I did a live unboxing of the game that I was playing at the time. I didn't put that version on. And they've done a masterful job of that. They've done a fine job of bringing that across. Soundtrack and all. They have not changed a thing, apart from made it look so much nicer. Which, considering the game itself was pretty nice in the first place, it's quite a remarkable achievement. And got about 65% of the trophy so far in one day. Very nice. That's not even touching the DLC for it, which is a shit ton, including the big island as well. So I think that's a decent price. So I can actually compliment EA on something. They've actually done a bang-up job for once. I know it's not going to last, but hey, there you go, EA. You can see all the other stuff I did on the stream, like the usual bits, like Kingdom Hearts, Dragon Age, Rocket League. PUBG, that we mentioned earlier, first game I tried, going well, going quite nicely, killed a man. Delivery came, so I had to stop. So I left my guy in the building. I'm like really, really trying to move stuff along quickly, but not being a dick about stuff with this delivery. Got it out of the way, came back up. I was outside the circle. It's like shit. Tried to get back in, died. But the second game, I got down to the final. I got down to the final four. Got into like a barn sort of building. Watched as one guy snuck through a doorway with his gun. The first of all, the barrel of the gun. He comes in, looks at me. I shoot him dead. I'm thinking, great. Now we're down to 1-on-1. I see the guy outside the building I'm in. I can't shoot him because the window frame is in the way, which is just annoys the shit out of me. In both PUBG and Fortnite it does that. So I tried moving sideways, and I didn't lean. If I'd have leaned, I probably would have won it. Didn't win. Got down to second. Took a few hits on him, but second place. Fucking gutted. Anything else of note? Gravel. Played some Gravel, which is like a racing game that kind of slipped under the radar. Out for the past couple of weeks. It kind of reminds me of if you took Dirt and MotorStorm, move them together, and it's quite a tough challenge. It looks like there's people from this sort of rallycross, motocross sort of thing, disciplines, and you have to face them off as well. And it's not straightforward, even on medium. Anything else? Pretty much, that's all I've been playing, mate. So it's over to you, James.
All right, I got some quick stuff. I played Monhun. Played a little bit of that. Streamed a little bit of that.
How are you doing on it?
I'm searching around for Elder Dragons. I killed near. I'm the same place where I was. There wasn't a progression kind of made. I'm at the point now where it's kind of like I'm just doing shit to do shit. A new game that came out, Surviving Mars, where you actually are just surviving Mars. I played a ton of that too. I streamed that. There's VOD. You can go watch it later. I played some Football Manager. We will save the Corby Town report towards the end because, as Michael, we have a decision we have to make. It's a very serious decision about what's happening with Corby Town. But we'll get to that. Because obviously we end the show with the Corby Town report now because we give everybody else a chance to get out while the getting's good. Besides from that, not a whole lot else. I'm kind of like finding my couple of games now. I don't really stray too much on that. I bought Surviving Mars a long time ago because apparently I can't not buy anything that isn't made by Paradox. It's just a thing that I do now. If Paradox makes a game, I buy it because I tend to like it. And I tend to like this. Yeah, no, major decisions. We have decisions we have to make about Corby Town FC. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I played a lot of Football Manager, but we'll talk about that at the end of the stream.
Sweet, because we got two other bits of business to get to before then. The update of the challenge of Gio and myself. It's the road to 10k trophies. And this week, I have kicked some ass. Seriously, I've put on another 60 trophies. I'm down to 739 trophies left. Geo, not quite as much. He's only got 3, so he's down from 2,141 to 2,118. So he could hit a milestone next week. Really could, but yeah, Burnout and Gravel really helped me this week, which is all good. I like it. Carry on. So I'll let you say about the next piece. This was your baby. This was your idea.
Yeah, we're going to do something we haven't tried before. And we'll probably do another one for next week. This may not be like a weekly segment, but it could be like a bi-weekly, or depending how many. We have the Tig Whippies draft. The draft. Anyways, the best way to describe it is that I was thinking of ideas of stuff we could do in the show. Just to, number 1, to pad things. Number 2, to get the community involvement. Number 3, to make us look all like idiots. And of course, when any good idea comes, I borrowed it from somebody else, a different podcast that does something roughly the same, but considering that they're more of a generalist show, they do something called the Mix 6 Mock Draft. They're the Mix 6. They drink 6 beers and talk about 6 nerdy topics. One of their ones was like, what are 4 fictional writers who write fiction that you would want to take on a bank heist or plan a bank heist? So it'd be like, they'd want Hemingway to be the wheelman. They'd want, Agatha Christie to be the one who, sets up the whole heist because she writes freaking murder novels with intricate plots and stuff. So that kind of a stuff. So I thought, hey, that's really cool. We have video games. Why don't we just do that with video games? Hence, the Tig Whippies draft. So I proposed this idea to Will, and Will immediately said, that's great. Our first topic is
Formula One racing team.
Great. So what we have done for you, if for any of those who are familiar with fantasy football, is we have each developed a team, a Formula One team. 4 people, 2 drivers, a manager, and a mechanic / pit boss. I should probably point towards camera. Hi, that's camera. Each one of us has done that. We have not shared our picks with each other. Everybody has made their picks, and what we're going to do is now do it in a drafting order. Whoever drafts it, much like a draft, as that person gets picked, it then comes off the board. If they are no longer on the board and that has had been picked, you then need to take them off. There we go. So, that being said, we now need to determine order. Which is going to be interesting, because I didn't think of a way to do this ahead of time.
Can you do a rolling system?
I can. There is a rolling system we can use.
So I just want to get this clear. Are we making a team? I have my people ready if we have a team. If not, then I'm going to panic and pick some random ass fucking people.
Use this.
Are we assembling a team and saying what our team is? Or are we putting people out for everyone else to draft?
No. We're assembling our team.
Okay.
So we've assembled already our team. The thing is that if you have to choose which order you want to pick them, because if me and you have the same person, but I go before you and pick that person, they are no longer eligible to be on your team.
That's fine. I don't think anyone's picking my people.
I don't think either. Like I said, we've gone very broad to start with, broad strokes. So we're going to be kind of narrowing it down and letting the community decide what we do next, because chat is assholes, and I'm very sure we'll enjoy it. And most likely, I think I thought about it more. Hey, Nightbot, perfect timing on that.
Yep.
I think what we're probably going to do is that if you're a sub to the channel, you're going to be able to choose a topic, and we'll create a sub kind of only area where you can like either come up with a topic to us, or we'll pose a couple to our subscribers and let them decide. We'll force them to decide to talk to us about it. But we also want you guys to enjoy it too. So we'll figure this out. This is going to be an evolving kind of thing until we nail it down. It only took us like 85 episodes to roughly get the format right on this show anyways. And then we went and fucked it all over again. So,
yep.
Anyways, I linked the dice roller into chat, into actual chat. I already rolled mine.
Okay, I'm gonna roll mine now.
It's a 6-sided dice.
Yep, rolled mine.
What did you get, Chris? Highest goes
Hold
first.
on, I gotta. Where is this? Is this in chat? Isn't?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's in the Twitch chat.
Can you link it to me directly through Discord?
Can do. You can. Do you have a D6 near you?
You know what? I do.
Roll a D6.
Okay. 5.
Okay, Will?
5.
I got 3. So both of you two reroll.
Reroll.
Oh, okay.
5 again.
2.
So it's gonna go Chris, Will, and then me because I was already on the lowest end. Okay.
Are we doing one pick per?
One
and then
pick.
round robin from there?
It's gonna be snake order. So you pick, Will picks, I pick, Will pick, you pick, Will pick, I pick.
Yeah.
Okay, and we're doing driver 1, driver 2.
No, whoever you want first. 'Cause
Okay,
that's the thing. Like, if you're worried that one of your guys may go, you want to pick him first. So that this is when the pool shrinks down, and later ones when it gets more difficult, this is going to become a very difficult thing.
And just to confirm, it is manager,
Yep.
Pit.
pit,
Pit
Yeah,
/
pit-
mechanic.
1 pit,
Yep.
Yeah. one.
and then 2 drivers.
Correct.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna pick my mechanic first
Okay.
as Maxwell from Scribblenauts.
Nice. Okay.
Okay.
Are we writing this down for so? We have it written down somewhere.
We'll be able to. I guess I'll write it down
Okay.
because I have my picks already here.
Okay. Well, 40 Nitro Lards is what my team is going to be called. I am going to go with my driver 1, and it's going to be Sonic. Because you've got to go fast.
That's okay.
All right. I am going to go with, and this is your mechanic, right? Was Masquill,
Yep.
and yours was driver 1,
Yep.
Sanic.
Sonic.
I'm going to go with my mechanic,
Yeah.
Gordon Freeman,
Ooh, good choice.
and then I'm going to go with one of my drivers,
Mhm.
Joker from Mass Effect.
Wow.
The man can
Nice.
drive an interstellar spaceship like a madman. What do you think he could do in an F1 car? And with Gordon Freeman putting crazy ass physics shit in the back of that thing? Pfft. Come on.
Well, I'm going to go with my second driver. Get the drivers out of the way. And my second driver is going to be Nico Bellic.
I almost picked Nico Bellic. But I
I mean,
didn't.
I gotta go with
Wow, Sonic for driver. That's what I come in, Will. Well, I did have a backup.
You can talk about the backups after, because your backup
Okay.
may be somebody's pick.
Yep.
So I'm gonna have to then modify my
Yes, you are.
thing. So this is gonna be tricky. My question here is: this is all video games, or are like
All video games. We made it easy
Video
to start
games.
with. All video games.
okay? So then I'll go with Goku for my first driver.
Goku, okay. I
Yep.
can see why.
Mhm.
Physically, I mean, the credit, I can't because he's a horrible driver, if we all remember the show.
Oh, don't worry. I have a caveat that I'll say at the very end.
Okay. and what's your next one?
I'll go with my next driver, which is Doom Guy from Doom 1 or 2.
Okay. I'm digging it. I'm digging it.
Yep.
Okay. So my pit mechanic would be Scooter, Borderlands,
Okay.
because you want to catch a ride. Catch a ride.
All right. So I get to end mine
Hmm.
as my second driver. I'm going with Eva from Metal Gear Solid 3 and 4.
Okay.
That girl can ride the shit out of a bike being chased by Metal Gears. And her skills are, I mean, as a guy shoots rocket launchers out of a sidecar. If you want to talk about driving under pressure, there you go, right? I mean, you can't beat that. You've got Joker, who's obviously the flashy one, who's got the skill, but when it comes down to hard pressure and needing to work under pressure, Eva's right there. So I think I've got a good 2 tandem driver team.
Yeah.
And my manager. All right, and I believe this is probably the strongest out of all the picks. Shodan from System Shock 2. She's an AI. She can hack all of the other teams. Intrusion software. Know what you're doing. Know the analytics better than anybody. Can put the drivers in a specific position where they know they're going to win. And she's also a masochistic killing machine, which means she doesn't give a shit about other people. All she cares about is winning and making money. And if worse comes to worse and the team goes belly up, she'll find a way to profit from it, which means the team will still make money. Hence me, the owner.
That's a good pick. I like that pick. I mean, so I'm going for someone who doesn't give a shit about anyone else and likes money. Handsome Jack is my GM.
That was a pick for me too, but I didn't. He was the backup.
It's a case of if he needs to do anything to help his team win, he will do it. We know this.
But he's not an AI.
No.
He's not a godlike AI.
Well, spoiler alert. Okay, spoiler alert. If you've not played Tales from the Borderlands and you want to play it, earmuffs.
Okay, I'll be right back. Oh wait, before you do that, just message me when you're done.
I'll Facebook message you. Does that work?
Just Discord message me.
Because my
Facebook is down right now.
Got it. I have you pulled up in a direct message, so go ahead, Will.
Okay, so yeah, in Tales of the Borderlands, near the end of it, because Handsome Jack is a ghost as such in Tales of the Borderland, and gets into the operating system as you're trying to destroy the whole Imperium planet thing for it. So he does technically become a powerful godlike AI. So you see, that catches it.
But Shodan's been doing it for longer. Remember, it has been decades by the time you wake up and the system's acting. So she's good. She's really good.
But that's my picks. So we can get Hergelman back in.
Okay, and we will recap all of our picks too.
Yeah.
All right, I'm back.
You're back. So,
okay.
Chris, who is your manager?
My manager is Naga Siren from Dota 2. And let me throw this caveat out.
Okay.
My guys aren't driving an F1 car, by the way. They're riding a bicycle.
I can see this now. I know where you're going. So here's the question.
See, if Sonic is driving a car, he goes as fast as the car. Shodan can't hack a bicycle. And Naga Siren can use her ultimate to put all enemies to sleep while her teammates are unaffected.
Well, let's be serious. Remember, you don't have Sonic, you have Goku. Lard has Sonic.
Yeah, but Goku can fly.
Yeah.
So it's also really fast.
So to recap, for all of you listening at home, my team, which is obviously the best team because it is also makes sense, is Joker from Mass Effect, Eva from Metal Gear Solid 2 or 3 and 4, as my drivers, Gordon Freeman as my pit boss / mechanic, and Shodan as my manager. Chris has
let me explain my pick for Doom Guy. By the way,
Did you? He's Doom Guy.
First and foremost, he's Doom Guy, and I love him. But here's the thing: Doom Guy, if I recall, is actually the fastest on-foot video game character, based on pixel measurements.
So you have Joker and Eva driving F1 cars, Goku and Doom Guy just running down the track.
On riding bicycles.
Riding bicycles. Strafing, no. By the way, because remember, strafing is quicker for them in the game.
Riding a bicycle sideways.
But remember, see, that's great and all, but remember, this is F1. It's not all about how fast you can go in a straight line. What happens when you need to make the turns?
Doom Guy has pinpoint turning. you watch a little Doom speed runs. You'll see just how fast that man can turn.
Well, hang on here. Doom is made by Bethesda, which means inherently it's a broken game.
No, Doom is made by id pre-Bethesda.
We're talking. Yeah, that's right. Doom Guy 1 2. We're not talking
Doom 1.
We're not talking Doom like Bethesda Doom.
No. I would, as much as I would love, he is not fast enough.
He's not fast enough.
They're like last year's McLaren. Breaks down every 5 minutes.
He's still pretty quick, but he's not.
So what was the mechanic again? Misquill?
Maxwell from Scribblenauts.
Maxwell.
Mm-hmm.
I spelt it wrong. Okay, got it. And then Naga Siren is your manager.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, she can't. Obviously, she does nothing against my team because we all know that there's the AI override for the cars that Shodan would just take over and drive.
Well, Shodan would be asleep.
How?
Because even the robots go to sleep. She knocks out literal gods.
We'll just have to cut her mics then. To hack the system, man. She's a powerful AI. If she hasn't already killed your team and turned them into genetic monstrosities.
I mean, that's pretty much Doom Guy already.
I know, that's just pretty much Doom Guy. The thing is, like, I could see, like,
it's a genetic monstrosity. Oh no, what have I done? I can't stop it now.
Well, no, see, the thing is I think we just found the beginning of Doom is just literally it's like Doom Guy killing Shodan. This was Doom 0.5.
Yep.
And
Doom over 2.
Yeah, Doom over 2. Telltale's a Doom series.
Dude, a Telltale Doom series would be awesome.
It would be horrible because it would just be like Doom Guy talks just grunts or just nuts as hideous.
No. It would tell the story of like Olivia Pierce or someone like that.
And Will, what's your team?
Well, for the Nitro lads, we have Handsome Jack, who can deal. You know, he'll find a way of taking out your GMs and your opponent's cars if need be. Scooter is my pit boss because again, he can build anything. We've seen this already. We've seen this before. How well he can build stuff. He can build rockets. And then we have Sonic, who, if his car does break down, he can still run, so he can still go as fast or even faster than the car. And Nico Bellic. Now, Nico Bellic's much more resourceful. So if his one breaks down, he would try and, nick another one that's coming by. So he'll just carry on. You see? So it's not just speed, it's resource.
Okay. So we've all made our picks. We're going to pose them to the community to see who won.
Like the idea of Doom Guy on a bicycle either way. I very specifically decided a bicycle.
See, here's the thing though, Chris, is I see about your team is Doom Guy and Goku on a tandem bike.
That's also what I saw.
Doomguy top hat, monocle, and penny farthing.
Just on like just, and then running in the '90s as they start pedaling.
In hindsight, I should have only picked Dota 2 characters for this week. Oh, I have been playing Dota, by the way. I've been playing a bit of Dota.
Yeah, I could tell you've been playing a lot of
See,
Dota.
Michael here, which kind of leads into my bit, really. My alternates is Michael said if I had a fictional F1 team, I'd just use the Mercedes team from the official Formula One computer game. They're the reigning champions and have the world champion driver, which kind of led into one of my drivers. One of my alternates was Lewis Hamilton. Now, not only because he is in an F1 game, so therefore it becomes a character, but he is also in Call of Duty Infinite Warfare as a character. So that's how it crosses over. See?
Yeah, but
it's a stretch, I'll grant you.
So my backup mechanic was actually Rick Sanchez from Pocket Mortys.
That works. Yeah, there is a Rick and Morty game. I was the only one who went with like the true scientist. See, I wanted to do.
Well, I mean, I very distinctly had a bicycle because I could just have infinite bicycles.
See, I also chose the way I wanted to because I wanted to span the generation of gaming. Because I had it from,
also
like,
did.
all era. Yep, we both got the early picks. Like Shodan and Doomguy are roughly around the same kind of era. Then you've got Gordon Freeman, Ava, and then linking into Joker.
I mean, Sonic is fairly early, considering these days, you know.
He hasn't been relevant for a long time, though. Have you seen the most recent Sonic game?
I've had
There's a reason why I say no.
Well, the backup I had was for GM, and it was Kazuma Kiryu from Yakuza. You know, Yakuza boss, so knows what he's doing, handling a big business.
Yep.
Can get things done if he needs to.
Yeah, one of my backup drivers was Nathan Drake. And the reason for him too, he's not the best driver. He's good. He's not really resourceful, but he's marketable. That's his big thing. Is like he could be he may be the B driver on the team, but he's marketable. And I think that's the other reason too for also like Ava and Joker. They're both also very marketable. Joker, wise ass, kind of goofy, funny guy. Ava, hot, blonde chick. So my team is like there's gonna be boys and girls. Like also, shame on both of you. Another way, I'm the only one who broke the gender stereotype here and got a woman driver on the team.
Excuse me, I have a woman manager as well.
I have a woman manager.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm not bringing gender into it. I mean, set. Yeah, thank you very much.
Like, so once again, if we're talking marketability, all right, I've got a female driver, I've got a male driver, I've got a rogue AI as a manager, all right. So like once again, we also we're across the spectrum there, and Gordon Freeman just doesn't talk, so he can never give away trade secrets. Because he just won't talk. And if anybody tries to like come and take him, the man's got a fucking crowbar and a gravity gun that will blast you in next week.
My trade secret is I just spawn more bicycles.
So, ultimately, you as the community have to tell us who won. Obviously, your choice is very easy. And we will probably bring back another draft for next week. The question is, what are we going to decide? What do we want? Are we going to let the community decide, or do we want to decide right here and now what our next draft is going to be?
I'd say let the community decide on this one.
All right, we'll force them to make a decision then.
Yep.
Even if that means we're going to direct message you. So be prepared, people. We're going to directly message you guys. I'm looking at you, Reese. Paulo and Sam, Michael Patterson. Yes,
That's a question.
I have answers. Are you like also like at Tigwhippies as the all three of us, or at Tigwhippies as in me? How do I feel about Guinness mac and cheese? Anything with booze in it, I'm fine with. No, you Jason. I'm fine. I'm Heather. As far as I can tell, anything you're going to cook, I'm going to eat. Because I'm more than happy for that. Okay, Michael. If we are all losers, who lost the least? Then. There's your thoughts. Who lost the least?
So yeah.
So with that, this is going to bring us now to the Corby Town Report. If you've stuck with us this far, thank you very much for enjoying the show. We really do appreciate it. If you've listened to us on iTunes, please give us a thumbs up, like, subscribe to us, rate us. We need some more stars. The more you rate and tell your friends about us, the more we get shown around and more people start showing up here to talk bollocks with us. Because you obviously...
Wait, did we get a winner?
What?
Did we get a winner?
No, that we'll
No.
somebody will decide. Don't worry, we will have a winner before next week, because we'll post this in the Discord of what our three choices were, and then obviously people can look at it and then decide.
I will do that now. Do we have a channel for that? We do not.
Here, I'm going to direct message you everybody's thing because I wrote it all down. But. Thank you all for being here. Next is the Corby Town Report. So if you don't want to hear me talk about Football Manager for about 10 minutes, I understand. We thank you for being here, and thank you for making it this far. We've enjoyed you being here, and we hope you will be back again soon. I'm also going to say, in the meantime, please enjoy it as I direct message Chris all of the stuff. By the way, spelling I am not 100% sure on because... I can't spell for shit.
Okay.
Yes. So, in the meantime, let's just all sit here and just enjoy the.
Oh, what's the name of your team?
I didn't name it.
Okay.
The Winners. Okay, I think that's long enough. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Corby Town Report. I'm James. So, we have to talk. Something very big happened with Corby Town. I finished the season, and we have to decide if we're going to continue the save or not. Because we won everything. We won the Premier League. We won the Caballero Cup. We won the FA Cup. We won the Shield, the pre-match one when the Euro League winner plays the Champions League winner, and we beat Barcelona in the Champions League. So we won the Champions League. We won 5 out of 6 potential trophies. Oh yeah, by the way, we won our under-23s won the Checkershade Trophy, and the only thing we didn't win is the Community Shield. So out of 7 potential trophies, we won 6. So
that's pretty damn good.
We won everything. Everything that matters. So the question now becomes, do I continue to save? Because it's the year 2018, it's 2028 go 2029 season. Is there? Do we really need to go on?
Finishing at the top.
Yeah, I mean, because ultimately, what's there left to do?
Defend the titles, and that's it.
Yeah, we could defend the titles. But the question is, do we really need to defend the title? I've got all of our players are under contract for at least another 3 years. I don't see transfer-wise. I'm not going to go out and buy any new players. I'm happy with the team we've got. The oldest player is 28. and it's Christian
Just
Pulisic.
as an update, the Weekly Royale channel is live. To cast your votes, go ahead and click one of the reactions underneath. J for James, C for Chris, or W for Will.
There you go. That's how we're gonna do that, and we will spam the Discord. So yeah, so that's the thing. We've kind of wrapped up Corby. Like it took 10 years, like just about 10 years, to win everything. Only took $1 million loan to start off with, and went with it, and we won everything. So now this becomes what do we do? What do we do from here? Well, I pose to you, basically Mike, because you're the one who's here who always listens to me talk about Football Manager. What do we do next? I can either A, go and we can do it again, except this time not take a loan and just start with what Corby's got and really try and work our way up. 2, we've got Tig Whippy's FC, which we can start. So I can start recording and doing videos for the Game Won't Play Itself Football Club. 3, I can continue the series. We can just keep playing it, see where it takes us. But, we've already got some of the best team we can get. Or 4, we start a series with a different team.
I would say option 2.
Tig Whippy's FC?
Yeah.
Bring on Tig Whippy's FC?
Yeah.
Starting off with our major rival, Corby Town FC, and see how far we can do it?
Yep.
It's there. It's already set. I've got the save ready to go. I'm waiting on game 1 of the season. All I have to do is click start.
By the way, I will be right back. I'm going to reboot my system.
Got it. Because we're playing HOTS after this. At least me and Chris are, with a friend of mine.
Mm-hmm.
So, sounds like Tig Whippy's FC is going to be the next thing. So, we will start that starting next week. There will be, at least what I'm going to plan on doing with Tig Whippy's FC is it will be a mix of a stream/recorded videos that I will post on Twitch. I'm modeling it off of probably how Dr. Benji does his. So if you watch Dr. Benji FM, it's going to be a good way to describe it. We'll meet some players, hopefully develop some characters along the way, do some streams. I think it's a perfect time to start Tig Whippy's FC because it's kind of come full circle with Corby Town. We've done that. Now Tig Whippy's FC will be there, and then obviously there'll always be Corby Town. I can do something else too, and I think because Steam lets me, and I know Michael, you probably have FM18. I can actually upload I think I can upload to Steam the database that I use, so you can see what Corby Town FC looked like in the final of the Premier League, and you can probably even take it and play it from then on, if you want.
That's pretty cool.
So that's what we'll do with Corby Town FC. I'll also go over as a kind of post-mortem breakdown afterwards. I'll break down to tell you who was our top goal scorers and everything like that, because we broke a lot of records with Corby. I know Gary Gregg is our number 1 player. He's our goalkeeper that we got as one of our first regen runs, and just played him for the rest from the Vanarama National League South through the Premier League. He pretty much played every game. He never got hurt, so that does that. That's Corby Town FC wrapped up. Next week, this segment is going to be renamed Tig Whippy's FC.
Shall we talk a little bit about Extra Life and unveil the current plan for it when we take it live after episode 100?
Yes, so I think when we were talking about Extra Life, we were thinking about at least after watching Will's last 24-hour stream, that's difficult for a person to do it a one stream for 24 hours. So I think the plan is for us going forward is whenever we have a charitable event, much like Extra Life or anything like that, instead of making it one 24-hour stream, we're going to make a weekend of it, a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday stream, where each one of us will take a day and stream for 8 hours on one of those days. That way, it gives you guys a chance to jump in and out as you want. Find the person or the time frame where you want to jump in and out of. It keeps all of us fresh because we're only playing a video game for 8 hours or games for 8 hours. But it also gives people who can't make the streams, you know, for in the sense like Lucky Mucky Ducky or certain people couldn't make a certain part of a stream, they can you guys can show up over the weekend when you have time. Because odds are you'll probably, with the way with us streaming over 8 hour period, you can hit one of us at some point and show your support, come and hang out. And the majority, and usually some of us will probably be in the chats talking anyways, if not playing games off our own streams with them. This all being planning to be done on the Tigwapies channel and our own individual ones as well. But kind of give you an idea. Yeah, it doesn't blow all of us out. And it doesn't blow all of you out, too, because we don't want you guys all to be there for the straight 24 hours.
Yeah, because while we appreciate you doing it, it's something that we never expect you to do it, but we know it tires you out being that up that late and that long as well.
So why not? This is our plan probably going forward with most of our charitable streams. That way we can get more of you involved, have more of you have the time to come in and spend time. But at the same time, if you can't make one of our streams, it still lets you be involved. And ultimately, that's the big thing.
Yeah.
And it helps keep us sane, too, for the timing. That way one person isn't handling a 23.5-hour workload while one of us comes in and just covers for a lunch break. You know, it gives us all kind of a break.
I mean, 8 hours in a run, it goes much quicker than 24. It just zips through.
Yeah, it zips through, and like I said, it keeps us fresh. And in some cases, I will say this: if the person who is streaming wants to extend their time, that's always a possibility. If they want, if say somebody was going to say, okay, I've streamed for 8 hours. If we get $100 donation in the final hours, I will stream for another hour. And after hour 9, it then goes up to 200 for the charity, and then up to 300, bountying the extending the stream. I believe that could be something that could be arranged. But I think at least giving you guys 24 hours worth of content over a weekend. Also, it allows us to get the VODs up on various other channels a lot quicker as well, so we can start spreading the news.
And it gives you guys time breaks as well, because there's a possibility that over the weekends of Extra Life, you probably want to go and see other channels too, to give your support there, and that also gives you that chance to do that, because as we know, it's not all about us. It's about the community. It's about helping each other. So yeah, I mean, the original plan for Extra Life this year was for me to go down to Tom's, but Tom flies out on his honeymoon the first day. So on the way the Extra Life starts, so it's like that one's out the window this year.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back. We just unveiled what we're planning on doing for charity streams now going forward. They're no longer going to be just one 24-hour stream. We're probably each one of us taking an 8-hour shift over a weekend.
Oh yeah, I figured.
So that's going to be it going forward.
Yep, I just need to know which weekends.
That's it. Yeah, exactly. That's kind of the way I'm looking at it too.
Yeah. Which for Extra Life, it's November 3rd, 4th, and 5th. But most of the time, with it being a Friday to start that, I will be the one that normally takes the first shift. to set the tone as such.
We probably look at it as that Will start to set the tone, and then his 8 hours will lead into the show, so we can wrap up day one of the Extra Life with the podcast, and then either me and Chris will take Saturday, and then one of us again will take Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's all the news we've got. Anything else?
Yep.
Is that the order of the day? Any other
Shout-outs?
Shout-outs?
And we could say to Letitia, who is going to come on tonight, but if for some reason, no matter what she tried today at the beginning, was audio problems. It was her first stream today, first half hour. She couldn't talk on the mic. Looks like her headset that she was using originally is buggered, so she had to get a backup, which then worked. And then she went on to do a 4-hour stream, which was nice for the first one for us. So congratulations, and we'll hopefully get you on next week. Also, all the people in the chat, Kim, of course, the patron saint of Tigwhippy, and that's all I know of. How about yourselves? Do you have any, Chris?
Shout out to Steve. You know who you are. That's it.
Well, people have already started react. People already. Oh wait, you reacted.
What did I
was
react
gonna say
to?
I'm looking at the weekly battle royale, and somebody has already. I'm already leading.
All right, let me.
By the way,
Oh,
guys,
no.
we can't vote for our own teams or other teams.
Yeah.
Like we can't. I know. Chris put one in for each, and that's fair because we.
Here, you go ahead. You go ahead and put yours in. I'll take mine out, and you put yours in. There you go. And then we'll go ahead and put yours in.
Yeah, he's taking his out. So we each assume that we vote for our own team.
Yep.
Right, so I put mine in there.
All right, there we go. Okay.
So
Also, Doc, you traitor! I trusted you.
I told you he knows what the right team is.
Obviously, the right team is mine. I mean, that's
It's not the
Excuse
winning
me.
team. The winners.
I'm eco-friendly.
Technically, some F1 races are eco-friendly. They use totally electric cars.
yeah,
I'm
every-
even more eco-friendly.
And Gordon Freeman would just use energy from another alternate dimension to power our cars.
You know how that went with everything. The Doom guy can tell you. Actually, no, that's the Doom Slayer.
Don't worry,
Slayer
Michael.
could come.
There's no judgment here. You can vote for however you want, but if you want a character in Tigwhippy's FC, I'm just saying.
No bribery.
I won't bribe
No
anybody. I'm not bribing. I was going to give him a character anyways. I think there's a way for also. Can we I think there's a way for us to post this message in Discord, like in Twitter too, or at least link. We can link the channel in Discord
Yeah.
and on Twitter, so we'll do that.
Yeah.
And spam. Then Will can spam that out. Okay. Is that the order of the day? Anything
That's the
else?
order of the day.
Join us in about probably half an hour for some Heroes of the Storm, where we will play Heroes of the Storm. Because I've been told
Featuring the game Heroes of the Storm.
yeah, feature the game Heroes of the Storm. I don't know how many more times I'm going to say Heroes of the Storm, but Heroes of the Storm. Yeah, that's it. I'm going to have to find my music. And we're going to play the music to go out of the stream with. I need to keep that open or else Will's mic goes wiggity woogities. That's a thing. Wiggity woogity is a thing. Alright. We go to buy time. There's the end credits button. Alright,
Goodbye,
everybody. Have a good
everybody.
night.
See you next week.
Bye-bye!
Bye-bye. What are we playing? I know. What have I been playing recently? Recently played. Yes. There we go.